Hey guys, I just wanted to apologize for the mic quality in this video. I know it's bad. I don't know what happened. Something went wrong with my phone or whatever, but yeah, sorry about that.
Hey everybody. So today, Fnaf turns 9 years old. Isn't that crazy? So in celebration, I decided I'm going to be doing a ranking for every single mainline Fnaf game. This won't include the silly little spin-offs like Fury's Rage or Freddy in Space 2, and for DLCs, they will be included as the review of the base game, so Curse of Dreadbear will be lumped in with Fnaf VR, and Ruin will be lumped in with Security Breach. So without further ado, let's get started.
Disappointment in the game of life.
I hate FNAF AR so much. Everything about it is terrible. The only good thing about it is that we got some cool renders for some characters, and Markiplier is now canon. I guess it's also pretty cool that we got some voices for the characters, but at the same time, some of them sound so stupid and goofy. Looking at you, Toy Bonnie. FNAF AR. A game so bad, the developers abandoned it. 1 out of 10.
And stop staring at me with them big old eyes!
FNAF World is a game that exists. There's not really anything extraordinary nor infuriating about it. It's really just an RPG with FNAF characters. The graphics are mid, and it hardly has any franchise impact. This was also kind of the start of the downfall, though, where people started to look at FNAF as a kid's franchise. It's fine. It's a game that exists. However, I do really like this. Look at her. 5 out of 10.
Aren't you gonna yell at me or something? Aren't you mad?
I'm just disappointed.
Security Breach might be the most mixed bag of all time. This game is simultaneously great and atrocious. For every daycare level, you have hours and hours of endless, senseless roaming around lost. For every Glamrock Freddy, you have a burn trap. This game has insane lore that you can't understand. The slowest gameplay and the glitches galore. Vanny is such wasted potential, and there's almost nothing that qualifies as scary. However, the map looks incredible, and it's a wonder to explore. And Glamrock Freddy is amazing. However, I think that Ruin really made Security Breach much better. A much more creepy atmosphere. It's got a better story, and also it doesn't bring back Afton for the 50th time, so that's amazing. Security Breach is a 6 out of 10. Ruin is a 7 out of 10.
This attraction is great. So many guys I get.
Hot take, and y'all are gonna hate me for this one. FNAF 3 is probably the worst of the OG6 games. Elephant in the Room, yes, Springtrap is absolutely fantastic, but the rest of the game is really just good. The mechanics are okay, the atmosphere and setting is fantastic. God, the phantoms are so lame, and the jump scares suck. You always expect them to be coming because Springtrap just sits at your door and you're like, oh boy, here it comes. And the Phantom's jump scares don't have any impact because they don't kill you. Story-wise, it's fantastic, and Springtrap is so cool. 8 out of 10.
Dad.
Lloyd?
That's right, your son.
This one's really gonna get me canceled. But next is Sister Location. Don't get me wrong, I love Sister Location. Heck, I think it's an 8 out of 10. But I just like the other games better. This game is fantastic. Voice acting, amazing. Characters, amazing. Story, almost amazing. This is my personal preference, but to me, this is when FNAF became too sci-fi. And I think that takes away from the horror and the story. On a separate note, though, Funtime Freddy is a gift from God himself. Plus, this game introduced me to my favorite character in all of fiction, Michael Afton, sweet baby! Also, dear God, Night 4 is so agonizing. I still haven't passed it to this day.
You're my brother. She'll never be my friend.
FNAF 4 is great. It's probably the darkest FNAF game to date. Unlike the other games, this has no comedy to be found anywhere. It's just this horrific story of a poor boy. The pure dread and then shock you see when Crying Child gets killed is heartbreaking. The gameplay is good and the minigames are great, but dear God, the atmosphere is so amazing. These animatronics look so good and terrifying, and damn, that Night 6 minigame. Ugh, so good. 8.5 out of 10.
The gang's all here.
Lots of people will probably hate me for putting UCN this high, but I love it. Story-wise, it's amazing. Afton's own personal torment chamber created by his most vengeful victim. The jump scares are terrible, yes, and there's basically no scare factor. But the game is so fun. This is probably the most replayable FNAF game. There are nearly infinite possibilities where you get to choose the mechanics. If it was higher quality and more scary, it'd probably be even higher. Although, actually, probably not. The last 3 are just too good. 8.5 out of 10. Also, Mr. Hippo is amazing.
We're in the computer.
Fnaf VR is fantastic. A true tribute to the legacy of Fnaf, with awesome recreations of the finest moments from the franchise. The only issue I really have is the story, and to be honest, I think Glitchtrap is a goofy, weird, dumb concept, but he's creepy, so it's okay. Also, the jump scares aren't the best either. But also, I love the backstory with Jeremy. That is so cool. 8.5 out of 10.
I'll be honest, I never liked that puppet thing.
FNAF 2, what else do you want here, bro? This game is fantastic. A perfect sequel to the first, with an enormous array of threatening characters. This game is great. It's probably the easiest in the series, but I still love it. The withered animatronics are fantastic, and Mangle is amazing. She's such a creative concept, and he's terrifying when she hangs from the ceiling. The puppet also looks great. Plus, we see Purple Guy for the first time ever. Having it be a prequel that leads up to the Bite of 87 is such a genius concept, and I love this game.
They're playing tic-tac-toe on my forehead!
I love FNAF 6. Oh my god. The way it disguises itself like some fun little pizzeria simulator only to be the epic finale of the franchise? Dear god, it is so perfect. Almost. The only thing that's bad about this game is the graphic quality in certain areas. But honestly, if it weren't for that, it might be my favorite FNAF game. The characters are perfect. It literally brings back Springtrap, the Puppet, Funtime Freddy, Funtime Foxy, Ballora, Circus Baby, Michael, and Henry into one game. Henry's ending speech and the twist is easily the best moment in the entire franchise. Plus, the actual Pizza Sim moments are fun too. And honestly, sometimes I prefer them to the main gameplay whenever I'm getting mad about how hard it is. But it's also just the perfect amount of difficulty where it is beatable. Because I've beat it before, but I've been working on my second try to try and complete the game, and it is so hard to get past. The creepiness and uncertainty of the empty vent, the scare sound, and the movement make the jump scare that comes all the creepier. You don't know what's going to happen. There are no cameras. You can't even see inside the vents. You can't even look out the doors like you do in FNAF 4. You don't know where and when the animatronics are coming. All you have is a motion detector and a few sounds. It is impossible to know almost. Also, hot take. Scraptrap, yes, he looks goofy. He looks stupid. But he's also kind of creepy. I don't know why. He shouldn't be. He really shouldn't be. But I think that he resides really well within the uncanny valley. He's not traditionally scary, but there's something about his proportions and his eyes and just his general look that kind of creeps me out. I don't know why. Obviously he's goofy looking, but he's kind of creepy too. This is the perfect finale for the franchise, and I wish that it ended here or after Ultimate Custom Night. 9 out of 10.
I loved those old characters.
You all knew how this would go. Come on. FNAF is an immortal, untouchable god of a game. Its magic cannot be replicated. With simple but fantastic gameplay, a fantastic scare factor, and animatronics that actually look real, it's no wonder that this game spawned a multi-million-dollar franchise and a movie. It's so perfect, and I genuinely can't think of anything wrong with it. It's perfect. You know it's perfect. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. 9.5 out of 10. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you agreed with my opinions, and if not, then drop them in the comments below. Now that this ranking project is done, my next big project is going to be ranking every single FNAF character of all time. I'm gonna die.